Right, guys, so as promised, it is fixture release day. It is currently 13:42, and it is the mighty Mackem with the mighty Paul here. Yes, he's one of the mighty crew. By the way, I'm pitching that out there to you guys that are watching this. I think that's pretty good, my subscribers called the mighty crew. I think it's got a nice catch to it, actually, hasn't it, But right, before we go through the fixtures, as I'm sure we're all well aware, unless people are working, of course, we've got Derby County at home on a Friday. We kick off the championship season, the entire championship season. Paul, I really hope you haven't been a snake here. I really do, and that's not being nasty. When was the last time you were on the club website?
To be honest, there's something you might like.
Come on.
Last night, the AFL, the Championship, actually put out register to get your fixtures sent to your email.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, I checked my email this morning at 9 o'clock and I had a look at them then.
Right, so you haven't been on the club website then, no?
No.
Good, because this is the key thing. Because with us kicking off the season, I know you haven't really been into football that long, but I've got a couple of questions for you. Put you on the spot here. When was the last time Sunderland kicked off a season?
Oh, that is going to be hard because I've not been in football that long.
You see, because I thought about this earlier. I thought I was going to ask you, and I thought, I'm going to have to double check here. Lo and behold, I go back on the SAFC website, and there it is, clear as day. So I was right with what I was thinking before I even checked it. So, should I tell you?
Oh, that's going to be hard because, as you know, the last couple of seasons we've had concerts, and we haven't this year.
I know. So I did tell you as well. With Newcastle having their first fixture at home, we had a high chance of actually getting a home fixture first as well, because our league kicks off a week or two before, doesn't it?
Yeah, because we start on the 4th of August.
Okay,
I thought it was the 5th of August, but it's not.
I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a clue to the question. Okay, Michael Chopra. No.
No.
Okay. Well, for those of you who don't know, and those of you that haven't been snakes and haven't looked on the website, right, it was back in 2007, the first season, Sunderland actually gained promotion. 93rd minute winner by Michael Chopra against Tottenham Hotspur. So literally, we've gone 10 years.
Win that game?
Yeah, we won it 1-0. We've gone 10 years without kicking off a season. And now, in a way, relegation has been a good thing because we've actually get to kick off a season again. Which makes a change.
I wonder what would have happened if we were in the Premier League.
If we were in the Premier League, we'd have been away from home for the first game because Newcastle are at home, aren't they? Against Tottenham, ironically. It's a funny old stat, that, isn't it? Tottenham's everywhere today.
Yep. And the first game's actually on Sky.
It is,
Got
yes.
confirmed today.
So, thing is, it's on a Friday, so I'm going to hope that I can get time off work to go to it.
Oh, I'll be there. My season card comes next month.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Yeah, you've got a season card. Hopefully I might be able to get to that game. I'll have words with the boss, sweet talker, as you do. But yeah, so it's interesting because I'd say out of all the games that we play in August, the toughest two, actually scrap that, the toughest three are going to be on the 12th when we play away to Norwich, 15th away to Sheffield Wednesday, and then the 19th at home to Leeds.
To be honest, a lot of people was complaining about that Norwich one. Have you noticed a difference? Think, when do we play Bury in the Cup?
On the Thursday, yeah, I know, it's been changed to a Thursday, hasn't it, for TV?
So I wonder if that Norwich game will get changed.
maybe to but then if you do that and change it to the Sunday, you then have to change the Sheffield Wednesday game to probably a Wednesday. And then that depends on when Sheffield United are playing as well. So it's a sticky wicket, but something will have to be done, because that start of the season, 2 games within 2 days. If that was the Christmas fixture list, then you'd understand it, because it is congested, isn't it? But it's not. It's August. I mean, that's in between my son and my daughter's birthday, for crying out loud, you know? It's mad. It really is.
To be honest, I'm just looking at the email that I got this morning. Fair enough, it's got our game, but it's got the rest of them from... Because Saturday the 5th of August has got loads.
Yeah.
Because Bristol's playing Saturday the 5th of August. You've got Burton, Fulham, Ipswich, Nottingham, Preston, Queen's Park Rangers, Sheffield United, Wolves, Aston Villa. And Bolton is playing on the 6th of August.
Bolton playing on the 6th of August. That's the Sunday, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because they've got Leeds.
You have to bear with me. I'm using my phone to go through the fixtures as well. Right, so quickly move on to September. And that's when we get the first of our back-to-back home games. And again, these ones, they're not going to be easy. Sheffield United at home, and then Nottingham Forest at home as well.
Some new managers will actually come in to our stadium as well.
That's true, yeah. Then I guess out of the rest of them for September, I'd say the toughest one. See, because we've got away to Hull, home to Cardiff, away to Ipswich, and away to Preston. Personally, Hull and Preston are the only 2 that worry me there, to be honest with you. Because Preston, we've never really had a good run against Preston. We have beat them a few times, but okay, so October, where are we? And bear in mind, guys, there's still no sign of Middlesbrough here yet. So we're in October as well. So October, home to QPR on the 14th. Then we get a bit of a week's break, because then we're away to Brentford. Another week at home to Bristol City. Now that is one that I would love to go and see. So, but the only problem is I don't, because it's end of October to beginning of November. I'm looking at doing the charity live stream, aren't I? I don't know. So that could be a game, that could be a game I may well have to miss. I don't know. Then 3 days later we are at home again, another back-to-back, to Bolton Wanderers. So when you say some of these clubs, you know, Bolton, QPR, Derby, it's kind of weird because they've been in the Premier League before. It's quite surreal because you think, oh, you know, they were there for a while and you're so used to thinking they're in the Premier League still, but they're not. November, the day before Bonfire Night, we play away to Middlesbrough.
I'm actually pleased we don't play on my birthday this year.
Sorry?
Saying I'm pleased that we don't actually play on my birthday this year.
I actually haven't checked mine yet. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Right, then we're at home to Millwall, away to Aston Villa. That's going to be a game I look forward to. And then here's where the Geordies are going to jump on the bandwagon. Yes, the 25th of November, a Saturday, we're away to Burton Albion. Okay, we started the wind up last season. Okay, so you have no right to join in now. Let's get that clear straight away. All right.
I know what you mean.
Then we go to December. Oh, fuck it, Jesus, December. Jesus, are you ready for this? Right. It's a shame because personally I think that this team that we play on the 2nd of December, I do think they should have been in the Premier League. They should have won the playoffs. We're at home to Reading, which is when it comes to big clubs wise, the closest big club to where I used to live. So there's one for you. So I don't know, being a Sunderland fan, I'm kind of put on the fence there.
Whoa, who are you going to support on that day?
See, it's a tough one because it's going to have to be Sunderland. But at the same point, if we lose, I won't be gutted because it's kind of like my home team that have won, you know, if that makes sense. So ideally a draw. That's the perfect scenario, actually. A draw, isn't it? There you go.
There is some of our players know Reading because we've played Reading.
I've played them many times, haven't we?
Yeah, because, well, when we played them before, the game got postponed and then it got rescheduled.
Yeah.
Because I was at that one.
That's alright. It's away. Thank God. Saturday the 9th of December, the missus' birthday, we're away to Wolverhampton. That'll be a tasty game, that's for sure. 16th and the 23rd, we're at home to Fulham and Birmingham, respectively. Boxing Day, as expected, because Newcastle are at home, we're away to Sheffield United. Then we're away to Nottingham Forest 4 days later. Wow, we actually get a bit of a break there, 4 days later.
That's not bad, really.
That's not too shabby. I mean, we're at home 2 days before Christmas on the 23rd to Birmingham. Then we get a 3-day break, and then we're away to Sheffield United. And then we get a 4-day break and we're away to Nottingham Forest, which is that's actually not as congested as I thought it would be, actually. January. Oh, we're not playing on my birthday. So New Year's Day. Oh God, that's gonna be fucking hell, isn't it? If anyone wants to go to that game, try to get a bus.
You just imagine the transport. I was going to say.
Oh, it's gonna be manic, isn't it? Home to Barnsley. 2 days after my birthday, we're away to Cardiff. Then we're at home to Hull on the 20th of Jan and away to Birmingham on the 27th of Jan. So they you know, at least they sort of seem. Oh God, when's that? Oh, February 24th. Okay, we'll touch on that in a second. So then obviously now we'd be coming up to what we would call the crucial part of the season, wouldn't it? You know, if we're sort of up there battling away. February, we have got Ipswich at home on the 3rd, which should be winnable. He says, being a Sunderland fan who got traumatised last season.
Yeah, I was going to say no Norse. Sunderland.
Away to Bristol City, again. That should be winnable. You know, they were struggling last season, so I know I'm saying it. We know what's going to happen. We're going to get shat all over, aren't we?
It's Sunderland, look, Greg.
Yeah. Then we're at home to Brentford on the 17th. 3 days later, away to Bolton Wanderers on the 20th, and then 4 days later. Yeah, that's right. 4 days later is probably what could be the make or break of the season, and that's at home to Middlesbrough at the back end of February.
I'm dreading that.
So,
Gary Monk.
I know.
You don't know how he's going to set his team out, do you?
March. On to March. Okay. Okay, we are away to Millwall on the 3rd. Again, this will be another tasty one. At home to Aston Villa on the 6th. That's a Tuesday night. Away to QPR, home to Preston, away to Derby County on the 31st of March. God, I'm saying too many fucking numbers here. April.
That'd be an interesting one.
April's going to be a bit of a tough month, actually, to be honest with you. Probably the toughest of the lot, because we've got Sheffield Wednesday at home. Then we're away to Leeds. Oh, Sheffield Wednesday's on a Monday. Oh, they did. Yeah, I know. They didn't want to put it on the Sunday. They wanted to save Sunderland some embarrassment. They didn't want April Fools. That's what it is. So that's on the 2nd. Then away to Leeds on the 7th. At home to Norwich on the 10th. Away to Reading on the 14th, and then we're at home to Burton and away to Fulham. So Fulham, Reading. Again, me on the fence again. Norwich City, Leeds, and Sheffield Wednesday. They're going to be tough opponents. They're not going to be any pushovers. The only one you could sort of say, with all due respect, that would be the easier on paper is Burton. And we're at home. Let's just hope by then we're top of the championship and we've got it all wrapped up by then. And then there's only one fixture in May, Sunday the 6th. Always a Sunday to end the fucking season. Does my head in. We are at home.
That's a kind of kick-off time as well.
What, 3 o'clock on a Sunday?
12:30.
What, for the last game?
Yep.
Oh, have they changed it?
It's got 12:30 according to BT Sport.
Oh,
BBC Sport.
Oh, I've got 3 o'clock here. I will double check, but yes. So anyway, last game of the season on a Sunday, and to finish where we started with a home game. That's ideal. Home game at the start, home game at the end. I'll take that. I mean, I think it was pretty much certain that it would have been a home game anyway, because of, again, the way Newcastle's fixture was. That because I believe they're playing on the 5th away, so it would have made more sense because of fans travelling. Some fans don't travel back the same day either, do they? So that would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah, it would have, like.
Right, let's quickly check this out then. What do I do? BBC. We'll have a look at the BBC. Oh, that's good. Just a quick update, guys. After the Greenfell fire, apparently 68 apartments have been purchased for people to go and stay for the ones that are been left homeless.
Yeah. Can I just add on that little bit, Greg?
Go on.
You just mentioned there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but Simon Cowell have actually put a charity single together.
Yes, I heard it this morning. It was released at about 8 o'clock, wasn't it?
I've actually heard the song this morning.
It's decent. It's an old song. People have heard it many times before, but that doesn't matter. It's the reason behind it, isn't it? You know.
Because what he's done, I think he's got a choir involved.
Yes, 300 person strong choir, I believe it was.
Yeah, he's got a lot of artists involved. He's got one from the northeast actually involved with it. I hope he's got that one that did the Manchester concert. I hope she's involved.
I want to see on too short. Sorry, my phone's gone off. I get notifications from Twitch, people live streaming. I really need to turn them off because I get a notification by email, and I also get one by Twitch as well. So I need to turn one of them off because it's doing my head in. No, you're right. According to this, yeah, 12:30 on BBC Sports page. Well, we'll have to look into that because you never know. Chance are it could be live on Sky Sports anyway, so it could even change again. You don't know, do you? So, but we'll keep an eye on that one. It's a rather dodgy one. So yeah, it's not going to be. It's not a bad start that we've got, to be honest. Really, is it? There's a couple of tough teams that we come up against within the first few games, but there are winnable ones there, which is a good thing.
Yeah, there is like.
So I'm drinking some Lucasade. Got it. It's me dad cup. I don't know if it's in reverse or I don't think anyone at home is going to be able to see it properly, but yeah. Dad, you're a cool dude. Hope your day rocks. I need some Green Day music in the background here. That's what I need. There you go. So it's yeah, we're in a position now where we've got large parts of the season coming up where we do have winnable games, providing we get more players through the door, because quite frankly the crap we've got now will just get us relegated. I think even Paul agrees with that. But that's the best thing, because when we're in the Premier League, some seasons didn't have that. We try to get some momentum, then we play like Manchester United and then Liverpool, then try to get some more. Didn't happen because then we'd have two more big teams to play. Whereas here we've got a few big teams, large period without, then again large period without, and so on. Which is good. So we can get some momentum going, hopefully.
Well, the thing is, the players are due back next week, I thought it was this week actually, but it's next week.
Yeah, next Monday or Tuesday, I believe, isn't it?
I don't know, but as you know, Robbie Stockdale's taken the training until we get somebody in, hopefully.
Yep. And obviously, the only name that's really sticking out that the media are going wild for is, like you said to me earlier, Nigel Pearson.
Yeah, according, well, I'm not say the newspaper, but
yeah. Then again, how many times do you see things printed in newspapers and it's a load of crap?
Well, to be honest with them, one of them was kind of true about Derek McInnes.
What was that then?
That we approached him.
Oh, that we approached him. Yeah, sorry. I thought you meant as to why he turned us down or whatever. Yeah, but we all know that reason. Can't guarantee transfer funds, and that's the manager's number one thing on the list, isn't it? You know, never mind what the wages they want to get paid. They want to know how much they've got to spend, and well, let's just hope.
I think it wasn't just that though, Craig.
Yeah.
I think Derek knew that the club was up for sale.
Yeah. And you can't give anyone any financial backing if you've got offers on the table that you don't know who's going to be the owner. I mean, we're sitting here, we don't know who's going to be the owner. It's looking, like we said before I start recording, it's more and more likely, the German bunch. But you don't know. What is it, the Fulwell 73? Yeah, I think that's what they're called. You don't know whether their bid will get accepted instead, because apparently they've got. I mean, that's the thing that I mentioned in the video yesterday. That's what's worrying me, because they're saying they've got financial backing from America. Oh God, here we go again. More Americans.
That's where Charles came from.
We all know the Germans fucked up in the First and Second World War, but Christ, I'd rather give our club to the Germans. Because, they might actually be able to get this right,
To be honest, right, I'm just gonna... I don't know if I should, but Sun FM was just put up there.
Mm-hmm.
Which that came out fast, like, could Sunderland deal be done by weekend? What they've just said is, as Sunderland continues discussions about selling the club, it is understood that owner Ellis Short wants the deal done by the weekend. So really, Ellis Short could really be out to the club by this weekend.
Let's hope so. We all know. I mean, the logical choice would be the German consortium, because financially, when it comes to football in Germany as well.
Just give me 2 minutes, quick, because me man wants us.
Go for it. That's fine. I'll pause the recording here. Okay, we are now back. So hopefully the deal could be done by the weekend. Fingers crossed. Excuse me. Right. So just a couple of things I'm gonna ask you what you think about, and then we'll end the video there. Cristiano Ronaldo. The whole tax thing, and all of a sudden he wants to move. It's. I mean, again, reading at the back of one of the newspapers, because I had to go buy one because I was bored waiting around at work. 175 million plus De Gea for Ronaldo. I mean, have Man United even got that sort of money?
To be honest, I'm going to go back on the area of ours. I'm not looking forward to the Bury game.
No?
You know why?
Why?
Give you a clue, they actually are managed by a former Sunderland midfielder.
Dean Whitehead?
Lee Clark.
Oh God. Oh Christ.
Because I've just seen it, I'm like, why?
And then the final point is obviously came out yesterday, is, well, to no surprise really, Jose Mourinho's in hot water again, isn't he? because now he's accused of tax evasion. I mean, what is it with Real Madrid players? Well, saying that if Ronaldo has done this, given Spanish law, because Messi, you know the case of Lionel Messi, how he had to pay the money back but didn't go to jail because it was less than €2 million, I think. If this is proven that Ronaldo has dodged it, he will go to jail, and I believe the same amount goes to Mourinho as well, because his is more than $2 million as well, I think. So it doesn't matter where he moves to. Ideally, if he wants to go play football, he has to move to a country that has no extradition rights. It's the only choice he's got if he gets found guilty. So yeah, all in all, recap then. What do you think of the fixtures? Do you think promotion's doable?
It's far too early to say, Craig.
Far too
It's like
early?
I said to Pete earlier, because Pete put on Twitter earlier, which I'll go back to what he said.
Was that the one to do with about the first 4 fixtures?
Pete said clubs to preview the match against Sunderland. What players we should worry about? What players are you worried about, etc.? Or was it? No, it wasn't that one. It was anyone predicting where Sunderland will finish or wasting their time. Going to be complete different side come August the 4th. Impossible to guess. And I went too early to say, mate, as at the moment we don't know what players is leaving and who is actually staying at the club.
It gives me an idea. You know what? Just to get people's opinions, I might actually put a Twitter poll out there. You know, just to get people's opinions where they feel they would want the club to finish. You know, and then do another one nearer the start of the season. Just to sort of see how confident the fans are, because with the fixture list coming out, you know, if we do get the right players and the right manager in, like I said, there's large periods of that season where we could go on a winning streak. We'll lose the odd game every now and then, yeah, of course, you know, but it is doable.
Yeah, but like I said to you, you know, well, I'll mention the newspaper. The Sun has reported that we could be after Nigel Pearson, but like, fair enough. Pearson's old staff is at Leicester, but I don't think they'll leave there. But he'll work well with Robbie and Adrian. That's at the club, Sunderland at the moment.
Yeah.
But I think
be interesting.
I think Nigel Pearson will know who to bring in, because wasn't he manager of Leicester when they were in the Championship?
I believe he was, and he got promoted. Yes, I believe he was. And then
he got the right players for them.
Yeah, and why did he resign? Did he resign from Leicester, or did he get sacked? Was it something to do with his son?
Yeah, I think it was.
In a video, yeah.
Something like that.
Some sort of...
But I think if he came... Well, you don't know if he's going to come, but if he comes, I think he'll do well. Because I think Simon Wilson, that might help him.
So, I'll tell you what, I've actually forgot, because I meant to mention this in the video. So this will be the final point, and the video will end here. £30 million for Jordan Pickford. What are your thoughts?
Well, like I put on Twitter, great player. Shame to... if I must say, it is a shame to see him go.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there.
But I know straight away he will do well for Everton Football Club.
Oh, he'll be in the first team, game in, game out. Maybe get rested at cup games, you know. I mean, the price though, 30 million. Because what was the initial price they offered? Wasn't it something daft like 8 million or something?
Yeah, but it was.
It was a price that was damn well insulting. I know that much. And yeah, next thing you know, 25 million plus 5 million after certain appearance fees, I believe it is. Excuse me. So yeah,
But the thing is, though, what I was going to say, with us, do you think we'll get some of that money back?
What, the club?
Yeah.
I pretty much think we're going to get a massive, massive chunk of it, because the TV rights money has pretty much cleared all of the debt. Because it was only 110 million we were in debt by. And obviously, given the portion that we get, that should have cleared down most of it, if not all of it. So personally, that money, it will go into a transfer pot at least, you know. But obviously, we won't. That's the thing. Much like when Newcastle released their financial figures, it said that obviously they'd made a load of money, you know. But the next, when the next release of financial figures, in theory, it should show an operating loss, because that was the season in the Championship. So we'd be pretty much the same. So when we release ours, it may well say that, yeah, okay, we made this much, we were short by this much, but it's going to hit home more when it comes to the following season as to where the money's gone downhill massively, because it's the TV rights in the Championship. It's nowhere near. It's big, but it's nowhere near as big as what the Premier League is. I mean, was it last year or the year before a £5 billion deal? I mean, that's ludicrous. That, man, that is ludicrous, isn't it? So
yeah, I know.
The Championship, Christ, you'd be lucky if it's even a quarter of that, you know. But there's still money to be earned, you know, and let's not forget, you know, the ideal scenario would be we finish in the playoff places and win the playoffs, because there's more money involved in the playoffs than there is by actually winning the Championship, because of all sponsorship deals, etc. TV rights, because it gives you more money, because you've got the playoff semi-final and the final. So ideally,
plus we've got the parachute payment to come as well.
Yes, there's that on top of the TV rights deal. Yeah, so there is money there, but I think they're trying to be cautious with it. Again, because of the way the whole financial figures get released, so we won't know for sure until next season whether they. Keep yourself confused, yeah. Yes, yeah, we won't know until not next April, but the April after, as to when the Championship. That was the Championship figures get released. So it's a fucking pain in the arse figure, innit? It really is. So it's going to be interesting though, because there is money there, but it's kind of tied up in red tape, because you don't know what the full World 73, if they take over, or what this German consortium are going to be like when they take over. They could say,
well,
yeah.
Really, you don't know how much they've been offered, to take the club, because Sky Sports were saying that Ellis Short actually met the German candidates last week.
Yeah.
In London.
Okay.
And the fans group in London last week as well.
Oh, so that's why he was in London for then?
That's where he does the meetings.
Yeah, because I remember you messaged me saying that Ellis Short was in London. I'm certain you did.
Well, that's where he met, well, shouldn't say his name, but David Moyes.
Yeah. Judas.
After the Chelsea
Judas. Yeah.
Which, when he left us, the FA actually announced his fine.
And what was his fine?
I think it was 30,000, something like that.
Yeah.
Pounds.
And that was for what he said.
Slap remark.
Yeah, the slap through the female reporter. Yeah. I mean, you could understand if it was, he was having a laugh and a joke, but the seriousness behind it, there wasn't a laugh and a joke. It sounded like he was being deadly serious, wasn't it? What can you do? I would be very surprised if David Moyes actually manages again, to be honest with you. I think he may well retire.
To be honest, I think he might wait for a job in Scotland. That's where he's from.
True. Go back to his home roots and sort of build up his confidence again. But then again, what Scottish club's going to want to take him?
He could even go for the main Scotland job.
Possible. You'll probably ruin that and all.
Because the thing is, right, if Derek McCain came to us, which I know he's not, because he's staying at Aberdeen, but
yeah,
Moyes could have went to Aberdeen.
that's true. Didn't he originally manage there as well? Was it Aberdeen?
No idea, but there was rumours that if Simon came to us from, I think it was Preston, that Moyes was going to go to Preston.
Okay.
But I don't think Simon is coming to us. Because he was going to be the next manager.
Yep. One thing we know for sure, it's not going to be Alan Pardew. So any Newcastle fans that decide they want to, put comments down below saying Alan Pardew's coming to Sunderland, no, he's not. He's having none of it, and we would have none of it.
Alan Pardew actually turned the job down himself.
Exactly. I mean, as soon as he was pretty much linked to it, he turned it down. Then he kept getting linked to it, and then he's finally actually said it properly. No, he doesn't want it, and quite frankly, we don't want you, really. We saw what you did to Newcastle, and yeah. Could be worse, though. It could be worse.
I don't want Mary Poppins either.
Oh, you don't want Steve McLaren? Oh,
no.
That's a damn shame. I wouldn't have him either, don't worry. He's a fucking idiot. Wally with the brolly.
I'll send him out with his umbrella.
Yeah.
He can fly out.
No, don't forget his clipboard as well. Honest to God. I mean, when he was in charge of Newcastle, I thought of a nickname for him. All right, you had the Wally with the brolly. Those of you who don't like swearing, I'd just skip ahead by a few seconds now, and then I came up with a nickname, the cunt with the clipboard. Because that's what he was. He really was. He was an idiot. He didn't have a fucking clue, did he? And then in comes Rafa Benitez, a great manager, because he is, whether people like to admit it or not, whether Sunderland fans like to admit it or not. He is a great manager, and not even he could save Newcastle. That's how bad McLaren's decision making with signing players actually was, Hey, end of the day, they're in the Premier League. We're not. It just goes to show what Rafa's done.
You can tell Mike Ashley supports Rafa. I think China was going to come in for Newcastle.
You think who?
I think China.
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure they were going to come in for them.
But China's got all the bloody money at the minute. Biggest economy in the world, a lot in it. So, anyway guys, so let me know, and let Paul know, if you want. I don't know if are you recording this, Paul, or not?
Nope.
No, okay, Paul's not recording, so don't let Paul know. No one cares about Paul, okay?
It's just in the background somewhere.
Yeah, if you hear any noise, it's just Paul, don't worry about it. But no, guys, let me know what you thought about the fixtures. I'll let Paul know, okay? Leave your comments below. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and the mighty Mackem and the mighty Paul, even though that's not his channel name, just to clear that up straight away.
Change it.
He could change it, he could. But then again, remember on the live stream when everyone was changing the names? Oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
And now we're stuck with Pigman226 watching the live stream. And I get confused as to who the fucking hell they are, because they're not the original names. But yeah, so leave your comments below, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Mighty Mackem and Mighty Paul will see you, hopefully, if we ever sign any bloody players. That's when we'll see you.